Now talking matters travel destinations and when it's the best time to travel. On set, I'm joined by a beautiful lady, Jacline Cherop. She's the founder of Nderitu Tours and Travel Agency. Thank you so much, Cherop, for joining us this morning on New Day Kenya. And to just start off, because I don't want to formalize the entire talk about this, because I have had enough of talks in politics on this set. However, why is it important, and what is the role of a travel agency, perhaps to try and simplify it for us, for our viewers to also to understand? Because what they normally see are people taking snapshots, perhaps selfies, while they're in Mombasa or at the beach or in mountains when they enjoy those trips. Tell us about your role and how you entirely plan that activity.
My name is Jacline and I'm the director of Nderitu Tours and Travel. We handle both leisure and corporate travel. So we basically help you either choose a destination and put the package together, the pricing, and give you various options. Then from there, we, depending with your budget, then from there now we advise you on what is best.
So I decide my destination?
Most likely you will not decide. Probably you'll tell us you want to go to the beach, you want to go shopping, you want to. So we give you those options. Then whichever suits your budget, then we go with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And does it include, perhaps after the choice of the destination, does it include the fact that I also need to incorporate what I need to go and do there, because also relating to the expense itself?
Yeah.
Does it also encompass the flying out of the country?
Yes, it will definitely include everything. As I said, it will depend with your budget. Yeah. Do you want to go shop in Paris? We tell you this is the budget. Then we give you the travel, the ground transportation and everything else. Do you want to go relax in the beach? We take you to the beach. You relax there. Do you want to go do the safari? We take you to the safari. So it's all basically on really what you want to do at the end of the day. Yeah.
I mean, many Kenyans do love leisure, and this normally comes towards the end of the year. In December, we normally see Kenyans flocking to the beach, and it's the only time, by the way, in this country that we have domestic tourism on the peak. Thank you so much.
Which should not be the case.
Which should not be the case. It should be the other way around, because there's much dependence on international tourists. And Najib Balala has said that they are expecting about 1.7 million tourists to come to Kenya. However, why is it important to travel? I mean, from your perspective, or from your, I mean, my mindset, for the other person who has never ventured into that, why is it important for him to travel? What is in the horizon for him to see it, in the horizon for him to go and perhaps have an experience of, because you have that experience too as an organization, as an individual, have traveled. So why is it important for me, for the person at home, to travel?
Basically, there's too much pressure nowadays from work, from families, from everywhere. So it's basic. Travel is a way of releasing stress. So we have so many problems now, either in the homes, at work, and I think it's because we are doing too much. People are not getting time off to go and relax their mind, so that when you come back on Monday, you are fresh. So I think it's just too much pressure. So travel makes you a bit relaxed, and when you come back to work, you have the memories, you are refreshed, and definitely you'll be more productive. Yeah. And
of course, there are many questions as to why, people seeking answers as to whether the travel experience does relieve stress. Tell us about that. Is it a fact?
Yes, it is.
From your experience?
Yeah, from my experience, yes, it is. Every time you've worked extremely hard, and every time you have so much pressure at home, so much pressure at work, I think when you just take even a day off from work and forget about everything, forget about the Nairobi stress life, forget about the home, just take, and when you come back, it's a fact, you'll be so refreshed. Okay,
fully refreshed.
Yes.
Going about your daily activities.
Yes.
All right. Does it also encompass your travel agency? Does it encompass perhaps the fact that you also take people on the road trip, not only because there's also emphasis on the road, because not all people can afford the flights to and from their destinations. And at a time when right now we have the wildebeest migration across Kenya and Tanzania, is it the marketing point at the moment to try and get more visitors because of the season that we are in?
Really, now it's a very peak season in Kenya, and marketing now is, we started probably, now we are marketing for 2019 and 2020 for the migration. So it's the point that it's too expensive. Most Kenyans will find it too expensive to travel around this. Of course, it's the best time to travel because you'll see the migration. but it will be also very expensive, especially if you want to go to the Mara. And at this point, most places are already sold out. Yeah, they've already been booked by people from outside, not even us Kenyans. So you'll find that it's all fully booked with the inbound tourists.
Okay.
Yeah.
So still, it goes that the international tourists are, of course, at the very top of when it comes to the adventure and the travels. But how do you, as an agency, how do you ensure that you marketize your organization or your agency in the sense that you also promote domestic tourism? You inculcate that in Kenyans themselves, in Tanzanians, in countries that make up the East African community, to try and take advantage of this, perhaps at a discounted rate, because that is the only enticing point that you can.
Yeah, so as it is, we usually have the rates for the local markets. And we start promoting it very early. We start promoting the migration or whatever season is come. As you know, we work with seasons in Kenya. So like now it's the peak season in Mara, so we start promoting it early with the Kenyan resident rates. We definitely discount or do the group tours for people so that you can join a group. It doesn't have to be so expensive for 2 people. So you join a group and make the costs go down. Yeah. All right, before I also take another task, as we're still on set, I'll still pose this question to you, Cherop. There's also the important aspect of trying to make sense of your destination too, in the sense that it also broadens your mindset. It also increases the sharpness. Therefore, how healthy is it, and what is the best season to travel for someone, especially the year that we are in, of all the hurdles that we have passed through, the heated elections that of 2017, in 2018, of course, which culminated in the handshake. But as a Kenyan right now, what is best for me, and when is it best to travel? Do I need to be booking right now, or I wait until December to try and, as is the case, to try and do the rush hour thing, go to Mombasa, flock on the beach, and then by January return back to work? Yeah. So I think usually the best time for, if you're planning to travel, is always to do it very, very early. We usually tell people if you really are planning to travel in December, by June probably you should have already made your mind that this year I'm taking my family to Mombasa. So as we say, when you do it early, then you get very good rates, whether it is flights, whether it is, so you get those discounted rates. Usually flights come up with promotional fares quite now and then, so you make use of that. December, you cannot wait until the last minute because you won't travel. First, everything will be full.
Okay.
Yeah, so usually by December, by June, you should have at least made your mind. They will not ask you to pay full amount. Okay. Usually most of these agencies will tell you pay a deposit of 20%, then the rest you can clear as we go along up to December. So by the time it gets to December, you've booked your holiday. Yeah. But usually the best time to travel in Kenya, as I said, we have seasons. We have like 4 seasons. There is low season, which starts from April 1st to June 30th. That's usually the best time for Kenyans to travel. We have so much discounted rates everywhere. Hotels, flights, everything is open. So that's the best time to travel. And then, of course, we go into the migration season from July 31st to around October. July 1st to around October 31st, which is expensive as well. Then we also go again to shoulder seasons, which is affordable again to travel all the way up to 20th of December. So you also don't have to wait until it's Christmas time for you to travel, because then the rate changes mostly from 22nd December onwards. But if you travel before 22nd, then you get very, very good rates.
So the rates also depend upon the time that
yeah, the hotels and everyone wants to make it during the festive season.
And that's when you flip-flop
that's
the rates.
Yeah.